Energy. Never knew my energy was so precious. My energy was so precious. Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, your homie, your friend. It's the vibe. Self-care shero. Kate Johnson. What's up, y'all? So real quick, I want to talk to you all about my class on Saturday, but more importantly, I want to talk about how we need to normalize the topics around mental health. Okay. So if you're just now seeing me for the first time, yes, I am a real person, and yes, I be giving on IG, Instagram, and Facebook and all that. I do want to say I am going live from multiple devices. I have my Facebook people over here. I got my YouTube people right here, and I got my IG people over there. So anyway, let's get right into it. So, what is mental health? What is it? Why are people scared to talk about mental health? Why are people afraid to talk about what's going on with them? I think in the world today, we've created, or their society, culture has created a uncomfortability around us as humans. And so right here, right now, I want to normalize your human experience. Every one of us are experiencing challenges that sometimes we did not even ask for. For me, when I was in college and I was experiencing high anxiety, and it led to me being very, very, very depressed. Okay, can I just be honest? Can somebody let me be honest tonight? Let me just be honest. I experienced depression. And at the time when I was experiencing it, I didn't know that that's what it was called. Had not identified that's what it was. And so let me just normalize your experience that you can be going through something and still be successful at the end of the day. If you haven't got my book, Beginner's Vibe Guide, you need to get your hands on it. Okay, IG, Facebook, YouTube, because this book is about emotional intelligence, personal development, overcoming depression, overcoming suicidal ideation, and more of the things that we face on a day-to-day basis. Here's the thing about mental health. It's impacted regardless. Mental health is impacted by your job, by your family, by your friends, by the food you eat, by the lifestyle that you have, by the things that you do or do not engage in. It's impacted on so many, your financial ability, your ability to have finances and ability to acquire finances and manage your finances. It's also impacted by that. Your mental health is impacted by that. The lack of relationships that you feel like you have or don't have impacts your mental health. What else impacts your mental health? We just got to talk about it. When things don't go our way, what's up? When things don't go our way, when things don't go to a plan, when things don't fall into a plan or something that we created, don't start demands. When things don't go as planned into the way that we created in our mind, it impacts our mental health. Your job impacts your mental health. You having 2 and 3 jobs and a side hustle and some kids, that impacts your mental health. What are you going to do to make sure that you're taking care of your mind? Last night I went to Bible study, and one of the things they said was basically the battle is won in the mind. It's either won or lost in the mind, period. So what are you doing to protect your mind, to bring yourself peace? Now, I'm not saying you're going to have peace all the time, but because we know when we're living in this skin, baby, things go on, period. Like, things go on. Make sure y'all can hear me. Comment in the chat. Make sure you share, tag somebody, and let me know if you all can hear me, because I want to make sure you can hear me, period. But things go on, and it's mental. Everything is mental. Whether you win or whether you lose, or whether you win and accept success, whether you lose and accept failure, that is a mental game. See, I'm not in the business of talking over you or talking to you. This is something that I'm doing because I've experienced it. When I was in college, it was a mind thing. You might even know, first of all, do you even know what your family has had a history of? Like, what goes on in your family? What's up, y'all on IG? What goes on in your family that impacts you? Are you unable to see clearly who you are? So, in my class on Saturday morning, we're going to kind of talk through these things. I think what's happening in the world today, even it just all over, people, they tell you what to think, but they don't teach you how to think. And there's a difference between telling somebody what to think and teaching someone how to think about a situation. Let me just say this. The reason why we are unable to process our emotions and some of us die with bitterness, resentment, fear, anger is because we first don't identify what's going on in our circle, what's going on in our life, what's impacting us. We don't sit there and do that. Some of us don't know how to do that. If you want to learn how to do that, that's something that you can work with me on. But we have to sit and have the real conversation with ourselves and ask ourselves, what is going on? And then not only what is going on, how do I overcome my own personal mental health issues? It's okay. It is okay to not be okay. And one of the things that I've learned and I've seen and I've observed from a distance is it's not money that's going to bring you some type of peace and joy and a feeling of abundance. It's not a child you having multiple children with a guy that's going to bring you peace and abundance. It's not a marriage that's going to fix you and make you whole. I've heard people say in marriages, I still feel lonely. We are going through loneliness. We don't know how to be alone with ourselves and find like peace in being alone with ourselves. How do you do that? Like, really, how do you do that? So many of us experiencing so many obstacles and challenges, and it's keeping us from success. It's keeping us from our definition of success. And that is one of the things that you need to do. Define what success is for you. It can't be what success is for this other person, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle. Like, you really have to define success for you. And then like think about, who are you surrounding yourself your what are your surroundings like? What is it like? Are you able to really be who you need to be fully? Or is things hindering you? You know what I'm saying? Like, we really need to have those conversations with ourselves. Y'all look good. My skin look good. I'm popping. um, but no, like, I really want to normal, especially for our black men. I'm just saying, y'all go through so much, and we've told y'all that you don't have to, like, you're not supposed to cry, and everything's supposed to always be all right for you. And truth be told, that is false. Red flags. If somebody tell you not to cry, somebody tell you chuck it up, red flags, red flags, red flags, red flags, red flags. Some of us don't have boundaries. Some of us literally don't have boundaries. I'm gonna only be on here for another minute and 30 seconds, more than likely. But I really wanted to have this conversation around normalizing. Like, it's personal situations that you want to go through, but TD Jake said it best. You are not a survivor just to be a survivor. What are you going to do? You're not a, let me say that again. You are not a survivor just to be a survivor. Okay? This is self-care awareness month. This is pain awareness month. It's self-improvement month. And it's also suicide awareness month. People think it's crazy or some type of wild foreign thought for someone that wants to harm themselves. But for you to want to harm yourself, it means that you feel like you are alone and there is no escape. How do I know? Because I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen the signs of it. And I actually am learning how to support other people in that way when they are feeling alone. So many of us can be in a crowd of people. So many of us can be in the house with people, our family, and still feel lonely. Some of us have a loneliness issue. Some of us have a loneliness issue, which also impacts our confidence, which also impacts how we treat people, our social life, and then also impacts the way we serve. And then the way we serve impacts the way how much money we can make. what jobs we go after, and how we think about ourselves. So on Saturday morning, we're going to be talking about in more depth what is going on in the mind that is preventing us from the success that we actually envision for ourselves. If you have not been able to take the free self-care quiz, DM me right after this live ends. Email me on YouTube. If you have my email, it should be in my information. You want to take this self-care quiz. It's free and it's confidential, but you want to measure self-care, because self-care and mental health is such an intangible that we sometimes let it fall by the wayside. And we have to create boundaries for ourselves so that it won't fall by the wayside. Because no matter what, like I said in the beginning, the game, life, everything is a mental perspective. And if you have a lack of a healthy mental perspective of yourself, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your higher power, you're going to have a unhealthy relationship with those around you, your job, your finances, your confidence, all of those things. It's going to be impacted heavily. So go in my link, go to my website. If you're on IG, you just go tap the link in the bio. You can take the free self-care quiz. Matter of fact, just DM me. Just DM me and I will send you the free self-care, confidential self-care quiz to you. DM me and I will send it to you, because it's such an immeasurable, it's such an intangible thing that we have to figure out ways to measure where we really are, where our perspective of ourselves. The only time life shifts dramatically is when you go through a challenge, but you can either overcome the challenge, stay stagnant, or fall backward. And I'm in the business of failing forward. If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail forward, okay? I'm going to do what I need to do. Okay, so I'm 2 minutes over. I was really getting into that. I was like really, really feeling that. But I really want you to DM me so that I can send you the free and confidential self-care quiz. That's number one. And then Saturday, I am hosting an Overcoming Mental Health Issues class. We're normalizing this. You're not the only one that feels lonely. You are not the only one experiencing fear. You're not the only one experiencing anxiety and depression. You are not the only one who doesn't know how to set boundaries. You're not the only one who is falling backward. You're not the only one who is standing stagnant. But what I want to do and what I am going to do is take your hand and help you power shift. I am going to help you power shift. Okay? So share this, DM me for the free and confidential self-care quiz. And then make sure you RSVP for the class Saturday. We still open. We still accepting RSVP. Yes, come be on my guest list. And let's talk about this. We're going to have a mental health professional insight. It's not going to just be me. You're going to get what you come for. You're going to get what you need. I just need you to be in the room. So DM me. If you're interested in the class on Saturday, DM me. If you're interested in the self-care quiz, DM me as well. And guess what? I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. All right? So I'm going to hang up now. I'm going to end the call. If you have questions, well, I would like to ask if you're still online, if you have questions. Next time I go live, which will more than likely be in a few days, go ahead and DM me a question as well, and we'll talk about it on the next live. I would love to answer your questions live and in person. And go ahead and RSVP for the class Saturday. If you know a woman or a man, I know my stuff and my content is more focused to women, but men, y'all need help too. Y'all need clarity and self-care as well. We need men, 40%. I mean, it's over 60% of men who commit suicide. People in their 30s are the highest in the state, in the nation. So, yeah, we need to do something. This is just as high as alcohol. People die from alcohol and diabetes and high cholesterol. Suicide is one of the top reasons people die. So let's talk about it. Let's normalize it and let's get help so that our children's children, our family, our friends, our company peers, our colleagues can overcome what is holding them back. All right? Peace. Peace. Make sure you DM me.